Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay, so you'll notice that there's sort of a different setup today. Okay, so I am trying out something new, and I want to see how this goes. So let's hop right into this. Should be. Oh, that's actually perfect. Okay. So today I am going to be going over. One second. Spoilers for the upcoming new set, New Capenna. I believe is how you say it. So just going to give people a few minutes to get in here and watch. Share this on Twitter. If you want to jump right in to the video, you can just skip to the 5-minute mark. Give people about 5 minutes to get in on this. I will have my live chat open on my phone in front of me so I can monitor the live chat while I go through the cards. Now, the reason I'm doing this is mostly because of the fact I've watched a lot of people over the years do conversations and discussions as the cards come out. But I wanted to do this where I review the cards that are coming out, and I review them in a way that I think would best fit Magic players like me. So that's my goal. I'm going to go through all the cards. I'm going to list off what I think of their abilities. I'm going to list off the things I need to talk about with the cards, what I think of their mana cost, etc., etc., etc. All right. So we are almost ready to start. Give it about 30 more seconds. Sorry, just had to check. So I'm kind of excited about this set. I mean, I wish like I said in previous live streams, I wish we would have gotten more of Kamigawa, like a whole nother half of Kamigawa block. I really don't I really miss the days when we had like 3 sets per block. 3 sets, and there was a large amount of story that was told in each plane. So, but it looks like we are about ready to go ahead and begin. We should be about at the 5 minute mark. So let's go ahead and jump into new Capenna, starting with white, obviously. So the first card we have is called Angelic Observer. It's an angel creature, costs 6 mana. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each citizen you control, and it has flying. It's a 3/3. It's okay. I mean, if you're playing a citizen deck, this will be really good. There is maybe a couple other decks. I think this would be really strong in like red and white. Yeah, red and white, I think. The first thing being that it's based on a creature type. I think of the one card in standard that makes all creature types. Basically, it gives all creatures shapeshifter. That's what I think of with this card, because then every creature would be a citizen. So this would be a 1-drop. It has potential, and that same card, by the way, could make all your, the warriors that give +1/+1 to eat every other warrior, goblins. You could just run a deck. But, I mean, just for this one card doesn't really seem worth it. I mean, it might be good, like I said, if you're building a citizen deck, which might be good in standard, depending on how many citizens we have. But being that our next card is citizen, let's go ahead and look at that one. Backup Agent. When Backup Agent enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It's a nice 1/1. There's better, so I don't see this getting too much play right now. But I do feel like this could be a really good card moving forward, though, after September. The EBT trigger is definitely probably the best thing about that. And that's for a blinkage deck. That's what I call it. Basically a blue-white deck that completely revolves around removing a creature, then bringing it right back. So some kind of blink modified deck. But the only problem with that is there's not a lot of modified cards in blue. There's maybe a very little bit in white. But this whole set is designed to be around 3 colors, and there's a lot of modification in red, and there's also a lot of modification in green. So you could go blue, white, green, or blue, white, red, or yeah, I would just go with one of those two. Ballroom Ballers. Costs total of 5 mana. It's a human warrior. When it attacks and up to one other target creature you control, both gain your choice of first strike, lifelink until end of turn. That's okay, but kind of goes to the opposite of the samurai, which really want to attack alone. That might work good with the trainers. Boon of Safety. 1 white. Put a shield counter on target creature. If it would be dealt any damage or destroyed, remove a shield counter from it. Instead, scry 1. That, I think, we'll see a lot of play. I definitely think this is going to be a new thing in, like, all white decks. It's almost like a stackable, removable, indestructible. Huh. And by the way, just so you're aware, I'm reading these for the first time myself, so I've kind of browsed through before doing this, but yeah, this is the first time I'm actually reading the cards. Next up, we have Broker's Initiative. Or Initiate. So, definitely a white, blue, green deck is a possibility. Broker's Initiate has a base power and toughness of 5/5 until end of turn. That could be really good. It's a 1-drop, but it costs 5 to use that. So, I mean, I don't know if you'd really want to use it. Buy your silence. For 5 mana, exile target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a treasure token. That could be useful, but it is a little bit too costly in my opinion. But it doesn't destroy, it exiles. But it also gives them an extra mana. So if they've been mana screwed and they just got out this one thing, do you really want to pay 5 mana to get rid of that one thing when there's a lot of other ways you can do it? Celebrity Fencer. Oh, yeah. And that cat, by the way, was a citizen. So that might work for a citizen deck. Celebrity Fencer. Elf Druid. Costs 4. Alliance. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Celebrity Fencer. Now, this would probably be good in a Blink deck, too. I can see a lot of potential with, like, Celebrity Fencer and Backup Agent. You remove Backup Agent at the end of turn, bring it back. It gives her a +1/+1. Plus, she gets another +1/+1. So that's instantly a 2+ right there. Citizen's Crowbar. 2 mana to play. Equipment artifact. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green-white green citizen creature token, then attach Citizen's Crowbar to it. The equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has 1 white. Tap. Sacrifice the crowbar. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Equip cost of 2. I mean, we do have a lot of enchantments going on right now because of everything. I don't know if people are really going to be aching to play this card or not. Especially since you have to sacrifice the crowbar to destroy the artifact or enchantment. I feel like you could just play an instant or sorcery and be done with it. Instead of wasting away something that could make your dudes more powerful. But it does give you a token. So I don't know. I do think there are better options. Maybe, like I said, in a draft, this is something you want to play. Definitely. If you come across this. Because, I mean, it's a 2-drop for instant 2/2. So, Draper Shieldmate. Dapper Shieldmate. enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. As long as it's your turn, Dapper Shieldmate gets +2/+0. But it costs 4 mana, so. I think if it only costed 3 mana, it'd be a little bit more playable. So, Depopulate. 2 colorless and 2 white. Each player who controls a multicolored creature draws a card. Then destroy all creatures. See, this is like, you're going to want this for those shield cards. You're going to want to be popping those out, then play this. I definitely think this will definitely see a lot of play. Elspeth's Resplendent, and I mainly say that, by the way, because a lot of, board wipes always see a lot of play. And we're going to lose like 3 of our biggest board wipes here in like a few months, so when September comes. Elspeth's Resplendent costs 5 mana. Choose up to 1 target creature. Put a +1/+1 counter and a counter among flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance on it. So basically, it gives 2 counters. One's a +1/+1. One is an ability counter. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card with mana cost 3 or less among them onto the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. And then that was her -3 ability. Her -7 is create 5 3/3 white angel creatures tokens with flying. She gets 5 right from the beginning, so I only gotta wait 2 turns. That's pretty good. Not sure if a lot of people will play her. I mean, I'm sure somebody will. I'm just happy to see Elspeth back. But it's so weird to see her all dolled up like this and not like wearing armor and with a shield and a sword. Extraction Specialist. Costs 3 mana. Lifelink for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana cost of 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature can't attack or block as long as you control. Now, okay, here's a question I got, okay? What if you disconnect them? And I'll explain what I mean by that. I'm pretty sure this will work because it'll treat it like it's a new card. But let's say I have backup agent in my graveyard. Now, I use Extraction Specialist to get backup agent back onto the field. Backup agent can't attack or block. But at the end of turn, I can remove the backup agent, bring him back into play, and then give it another counter to another dude. Now he should be able to attack or block because it's not, as far as the game would see it, it's not the same agent. I'm pretty sure that's how that'll work. If it's not, please feel free to comment down below, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works, and I'm pretty sure that would be a really good play. I'm definitely seeing my Blink deck coming back, because the biggest problem with my Blink deck so far is that there's not been a lot for me to chain combo things off of with removing and bringing back. But this is giving me hope. I might build, that might be one of the first decks I build. And it's going to have 4 of her, and 4 of him. So, I mean, we're already up to, what, 12 cards? And that's just in white alone. Gathering Throng. Now, this costs 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a number of cards named Gathering Throng, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. It's a 3/1 creature. So you could basically put one into play, fill your hand up with the rest. I don't know, that might be usable, especially with I think with that mirror box card that we have. I mean, it doesn't replace. I mean, you don't have to worry about the legendary, but still, the fact that for the next few turns you're going to be able to keep playing more of these, while making the others all stronger, is going to A, get rid of some cards in your deck, and B, give you better options to draw, and give you creature power coming at consistently. At least in my opinion. I think that'll definitely have some benefits in some decks, though. Geta, the Font of Hope. Cost 2 is a legendary creature angel. Flying Vigilance. Other angels you control enter the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each angel you already control. Okay, that's just overpowered right there. I like it though. It's definitely gonna make angels like a thing. And oh my god, could you imagine with Mirror Box 4 of these? Boom! Everything you put in angels are. You are gonna get huge. Tap at a white mana. This mana can only be spent to cast angel spells. Ooh. Oh, damn. Angels are gonna get big. Angels are gonna be a problem. I hope Black's got something to combat the angels. Halo Fountain. That is a beautiful card. I just want to say, that is beautiful. I really like just the look of the card. I'm also a big artifact nut in this game. Halo Fountain costs 3. Mythic artifact. It's got 3 different abilities. The first is tap a white, untapped creature you control, then create a token. So you get to untap a creature just to make a token. Oh my god. If there was a creature that you could tap to untap an artifact in blue with Halo, oh my god, you'd be making freaking infinite tokens. Then with the mirror box, that would just make all your tokens like huge. Oh damn, I can see. I don't know if there is. There might be. I'll have to check. Hopefully there's not, but if there is, that first ability, oh, so broken. For 2, you untap 2 tapped creatures you control. Oh god. Draw a card. Then for 5, untap 15 tapped creatures you control. You win the game. Yeah, like I said, if you dude, this is a 1-turn win if you have the right cards in play. Shoot. I mean, you throw out the freaking tree. What's that one that gives all your there's one. It gives all your creatures. Oh, all elves have black. Tap out of black. Oh man, green, white. That's really probably all you need, green and white. You could abuse the crap out of this if in current standard there is a card that untaps an artifact consistently when you tap it. Like tap this creature, untap an artifact. Boo, you just broke the freaking game. This card is gonna whoo. Now first off, I also wanna I don't know why I keep saying first off, because it's like the third, fourth thing. I do want to say I am not a fan. I really am not a fan of this whole banning or changing cards. I hate that crap. You release the card, live with the consequences. Let it ride through standard. I don't care if 500 people are all playing the same deck. You know what? You built a good card. That's going to make people want to go buy those cards. Instead of saying, oh, well, all these people are buying this one kind of card and and all these other people are complaining. You know what? As far as I've seen in Magic, every single card has something to combat it with. I mean, I play freaking that indestructible squirrel. It's indestructible. You can't be destroyed, but you can exile it. You can give it -1/-1. There are cards to combat it. And this whole crap, like with the land creature. Okay, you know what? Like, there was a thing where if you turn that into a creature, you put a special counter on it, then it becomes, for the rest of the game, you can't lose the game and your opponent can't win the game. And then it goes back to being a land, so they would need to destroy that land, but if you never make it a creature, they can't destroy it. Because most destroy cards or exile cards say non-land permanent. Well, you know what? Put some freaking destroy land in your deck then. Sideboard that crap. Or build a deck to destroy land. Hell, there's a land that destroys other land. Field of Ruin, I think it is. I don't know every single Magic card right off the top of my head. I'm not a walking, database of Magic cards. But, I'm pretty sure you could use that to get rid of the Snowland with the counter on it. And it wouldn't take up any extra space in your deck. I'm just saying, there's an answer for everything. So I don't like this whole, oh, well, it's too powerful, so let's ban it or let's change it. No. Because, some people, we're looking forward to trying out those crazy combos. Maybe the people should figure out a deck that wins before that crazy combo can get knocked off. Like, if there is, then this is 3. Some of the other cards I mentioned are also 3s. If the creature is 3, 4, or 5, well, basically you got 3, 4, or 5 turns to get it. I think it's 4, because I think the Planeswalker I'm thinking of would be 4 mana. So you got like 4 or 5 turns before this would win me the game. So you got to win within 5 turns. And that's if I draw. Hell, if you've watched this channel and you've seen me play, sometimes I could have a really good first hand with like 2 or 3 lands. And those 2 or 3 lands are the only lands I get throughout the entire freaking game. Somehow, either I lose miserably, or somehow I actually had this happen, I think, once on stream. Maybe it was not on a stream. But I actually won with 2 lands, and the opponent didn't actually quit. Like, he kept playing, and I was limited to my 1 drops, my 2 drops, and that was it. I wasn't able to get a 3rd off. I kept waiting for a 3rd land to come, and it never came. So, Hold for Ransom. Costs 2. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. It has 7. Hold for Ransom. Controller sacrifices it and draws a card. Activate only as a sorcery. See, I would just put in a lot of like destroy enchantments. Illuminator Versiato. That's close enough. Basically, human rogue with 1/1, double strike. When it becomes the target of a spell I control or you control, it Connives? I think this has connives. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. That might see play. I mean, Hold for Ransom's definitely going to see play, but they always do. Nothing special about that. Inspiring Overseer, cost 3. Another Angel, Cleric, Flying. When Inspiring Overseer enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Yeah, this is one that's going to go well with my Blink deck. Again, just giving me more cards from my Blink deck. Thank you. Kill Shot. We've had stuff like this before. Destroy target attacking creature. That's a card I would definitely play. It's funny that when I started playing those kinds of cards, I actually started seeing it happen a lot more. But yeah, I like cards like this. White's always had stuff like this, and not many people took advantage of it. I like to see that's changed in the last several years. Like I said, I've been playing since Lorwyn, and I actually got into this game back when Darksteel came out, so. Knockout Blow. Cost 3. This spell costs 2 less if it targets a red creature. Knockout Blow deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. You gain 2 life. That might see play. I mean, it's nice, but it does cost 3, in which case I might as well just use Kill Shot. Mage's Attendant. When Mage's Attendant enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 blue wizard creature token with sacrifice this creature. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. That might see play. Could be useful in my Blink deck. Next we have Mysterious Limousine. For 5 mana, it's a vehicle that has a 4/4 with a crew power of 2. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 other target creature until Mysterious Limousine leaves the battlefield. If a creature is put into exile this way, return each other card exile with Mysterious Limousine to the battlefield under its owner's control. That sort of sounds like it could go in my Blink deck, but I'm not sure I would need it. I don't know if I completely understand it. So when it enters, I exile a creature. But why? I don't know. Patch Up. For 3 mana, return up to 3 target creature cards with a total converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, some revival. I definitely think that'll be good. Rabble Rousing. Hideaway 5. When this enchantment enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, create that many 1/1 green-white citizen creature tokens. Then, if you control 10 or more creatures, you may play the exile card without paying its mana cost. I think that would be good only if you know that for sure before you put this into play that you've got a big, and it's got to be something big and worthwhile to play, I think, for it to really work out. So, next we have Raffine's Guidance. Cost 1, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+1. You may cast Raffine's Guidance from your graveyard by paying a white and 2 colorless rather than paying its mana cost. But so basically, it has sort of flashback. You may cast it from your graveyard by paying 3 rather than pay. See, I don't like the way that's worded because the way it's worded seems like, wait, so I could pay its mana cost and still play it from my graveyard? Even though we know that's not how the rules would state it. Just seems like rather than paying its mana cost isn't right. Anyways, moving on. Raffine's Informant. Cost 2. It's a human wizard. 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, it connives. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. That's one I don't see probably getting too much play. Maybe in a draft, but that's about it. Refuse to Yield. Cost 2. It's an instant. Target creature gets +2/+7 until end of turn. Untap it. That's definitely going to see some play, probably. I can think of a couple decks I could use that in that are, like, especially white-green. White-green-black might be a deck to be thinking about. Revelation of Power. 2, a white and a colorless. Target creature gets +2/+2 till end of turn. If it has a counter on it, it also gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. Probably will see some use. Rumor Gatherer. Cost of 3, 2 white and a colorless. Alliance. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card instead. That might see some play if you're building an Alliance deck. Sanctuary Warden. Flying when it enters the battlefield, or it enters the battlefield with 2 shield counters on it. When Sanctuary Warden enters the battlefield or attacks, you may remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card, and create a citizen token. I'm just going to sum that up. We all know now, hopefully. I hope you do. That each citizen token is going to be a 1/1 green-white token. So from now on, I'll just say you create a citizen token. I could see that getting some play. I can definitely feel that one working. Skycrier. Skycrier has flying and lifelink, and for the cost of 2, it's a 1/1. You can tap 4. You and target opponent each draw a card. I don't know. That might be beneficial in a mill deck. I think that would work really well if you had more cards that hurt your opponent. Maybe like a black, blue, white deck Blue makes him mill, black makes him discard, white makes him draw. So, Speakeasy Server for 5 mana, a bird citizen. All three of these are citizens, by the way. We didn't have any citizens up there, so. Flying 3/3. When Speakeasy Server enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each other creature you control. That might be useful, especially in like one of those in my blink deck. Maybe 2. I don't know. Swooping Protector. Swooping Protector. Flash, flying. When it enters the battlefield, with a shield counter on it, it's 2/1. Cost 4. I don't know. I really like that. I think that'll work. So, I'm going to take a break, and that is going to be the end of this episode. I will be back soon, and I'll be going through blues next. So, I do hope you all check out that video. I'm trying to do like 2 today, maybe 2 tomorrow, and then I'll finish this up Monday with the last one, I think. So, but yeah, that has been this first episode. I really do hope you've enjoyed this. I do hope you will keep checking these out. I'm looking forward to the new set, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing anyone's comments. So let me know if any of these cards that I read off to you today strike your interest, or cards that you're really looking forward to seeing. With all that said, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.